The headlines tonight on Dateline 2018. It wasn't easy, but after years of toadying, the UK government has managed to get its Brexit deal signed off. Well, it's been signed off by the EU, not the country that will actually be affected, but still.
And that's because that's what I believe underlay people's vote to leave the European Union. And it's important that we deliver that on people, for people.
And all it cost us was everything that's not nailed down. In a couple of months, we'll not be able to travel anywhere. But it won't matter because our money will be worthless.
Zimbabwean hyperinflation, anyone? Oh, yes, please.
And as Remain voting areas like Gibraltar and Northern Ireland receive special dispensation in the deal, celebrations have been dampened by Scotland.
Having spent the last 2 years saying no deal's better than a bad deal, the Prime Minister simply shouldn't get away now with
continuing to go on and on about, I don't know, Braveheart or something.
Our Scotland correspondent Colette Coleman will be bringing us all the latest from outside of the Scottish National Party's headquarters in Glasgow.
Like trying to write the funniest line in comedy history.
Imagine Del Boy falling through the bar, but actually really funny.
But realising you're not even very good at funny rights or even jokes and stuff.
This is Dateline 2018.
Good evening. Our top story tonight. In the deserts of Sudan and the gardens of Japan, Theresa May's Brexit deal will have little impact. But here in Europe, it will also have little impact. Britain, however, is going to hope that one of the clauses they remember to keep in the deal is compulsory lubrication. And get used to that. That's the sort of Britain Brexiteers want us to go back to. But it's all very well for Europe to agree to exile its racist neighbours. But what about here, where elements of Theresa May's own party look set to vote against the bill? Likewise, the SNP and the Liberal Democrats will vote it down. Even the DUP, which formerly propped up the minority government, will also vote it down. Fortunately for the Prime Minister, there is a glimmer of hope in the shape of Her Majesty's opposition, who will probably choose not to have an opinion on the only thing they actually need to have an opinion on.
We will keep our options open.
And if you were still in any doubt as to how bad this deal is, even Donald Trump, a proven idiot and self-confessed sex offender, thinks it's a bad deal for Britain.
Right now, if you look at the deal, they may not be able to trade with us. And that wouldn't be a good thing. I don't think they meant that.
For more now on the opposition Theresa May might face from her own party, though, it's over to Jack.
Thank you, James. Joining us on the line now from his office in Westminster is the pro-European Conservative MP, Don Jays. Mr. Jays, thank you for coming on the programme. Would it be fair to call you a Europhile?
Absolutely, that's correct.
So just to be clear, we've foreshadowed the fact that you're pro-European.
Yes.
Good. With that in mind, what do you make of Theresa May's Brexit deal?
In a word, awful.
Awful?
Atrocious.
Atrocious?
I won't be voting for it.
So can I take it from that you're not a fan of Theresa May?
You can, yes. She's a dead duck. Should never have been Prime Minister in the first place.
Strong opinions then?
Unshakable.
Just before we finish, what do you make of these special arrangements for Gibraltar and Northern Ireland, the so-called backstop?
An absolute travesty. The first step in dissolving our precious union.
And do you think there should be any special dispensation for Scotland?
Look, if I've already said that about Gibraltar and Northern Ireland, why would I support any such nonsense for Scotland?
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Jays.
My pleasure.
Some breaking news now. Theresa May has just announced during the last few minutes a surprise honours list.
Finally, my time to shine.
No, Jack, you've been passed over once again.
Ridiculous.
The only name on it is the Conservative MP, Don Jays. Hang on, Jack. Weren't you just talking to him a moment ago?
Do we still have him? Are you still on the line, Mr. Jays?
It's Sir Jays, you plebeian parasite.
Well, congratulations on becoming a pillar of the realm. This is out of the blue, though, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you what's out of the blue. The sheer quality and thoughtfulness of Theresa May's Brexit deal. It's a masterclass in statecraft.
Sir Jays, forgive me. This seems somewhat at odds with what you were saying just before you got your knighthood.
I don't know where you got that from. I've never spoken to you in my life before.
But what about Gibraltar and Northern Ireland? I mean, you were quite insistent that any special deal would endanger the Union. In fact, I believe the word you used was dissolve.
Piffle. Sophistry at its very worst. It's far more complicated than that. And we have to extend a modicum of respect to those parts of our great union who voted Remain.
I see. So does that mean you support a special deal for Scotland
Look,
now?
just because I've said that about Gibraltar and Northern Ireland, why would that mean I support any such nonsense for Scotland?
And on the topic of Scotland, our Scotland correspondent Colette Coleman joins us now from outside the Scottish Parliament. Colette, let me get this straight. The nationalists aren't happy.
Are they ever?
Well, quite. But what exactly is it that they're not happy about this time?
Well, they seem to think that because Northern Ireland and Gibraltar got a special deal, Scotland should too.
Is she aware that Gibraltar and Northern Ireland did both vote Remain?
Well, that's the thing. If I've got this the right way round, Nicola Sturgeon seems to be saying that because Scotland also voted Remain, they should be entitled to some sort of special deal too.
Hang on. Scotland got to vote in an English referendum?
Apparently, yes. Some sort of loophole.
And now they want what? Tartan roads? A successful football team? What are they whinging about?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure.
Well, that's saying something. When our own Scotland correspondent can't get her head around it, there isn't much chance for the Scottish public.
Perhaps they're worried about the insulin inevitably running out. They do like their sugar up here.
Colette Coleman, thank you.
You're still watching Dateline 2018. Former EDL leader and inmate at Hull Prison and noted right-wing bigot Tommy Robinson has this week been taken under the wing of Gerard Batten, the leader of the UKIP, or at least he was at the time of going to air. The decision has shocked many, including the party's former leader Nigel Farage, a man not noted for being led by his conscience.
Some people in UKIP attempted to let figures like Tommy Robinson into the party, and I think that would be a catastrophic mistake.
But is the opposition to the UKIP's latest recruit fair and or balanced, or is it another example of left-wing censorship? With me in the studio to discuss this in more depth is the writer and broadcaster James Devoy. Mr Devoy, thank you for coming in today.
It's a pleasure to be here, Jack.
Is this left-wing censorship?
In a word, yes. Oh, you want more?
Please.
Well, it's just like on the campuses and whatnot, where safe spaces are stopping the thinks. And, you know, that's not good for a healthy democracy.
Okay, so let me give you a hypothetical. A campus which has, say, lots of black students.
Right.
And not wanting, say, for someone to come and say that all black people should be sent to Africa.
Why would they not want to go to Africa?
Because they're not from there, and neither is any of their family. Hypothetically.
Right, but this actually came out of somebody's mouth.
Yes.
Therefore speech, therefore freedom of speech. Freedom.
All right, let me try another one.
Good, I look forward to effortlessly dismantling it.
Laughing about the Holocaust in front of the Wailing Wall.
Just laughing or speaking too?
Probably a bit of both.
Therefore speech, therefore ipso facto freedom.
What about lying?
Out loud?
Yes.
Then speech, then freedom.
Okay, one final hypothetical. Protesting against, say, Brexit or the policies of Donald Trump.
Ah, but those are attacks on freedom of speech.
Oh, right. Sorry, my mistake. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm definitely those are bad. If you're campaigning against Brexit, no. For Brexit, freedom of speech.
Right.
This is Dateline 2018. You can tweet us or follow us on Instagram at Dateline 2018, and we're at facebook.com/Dateline.
Now, we haven't got a normal letters bag for you this week, but we will have a bumper edition next week. We'll be devoting a large chunk of the show to it, in fact, so please do write in. Our assistants read most of your correspondence.
But this week, we have a special treat. If you remember last week, we asked you to send in some of your home baking.
Well, I don't know about you, James, but I'm quite keen to get stuck in. First of all, we've got these lovely-looking cherry Bakewell tarts, and these are from Cedric Smallchin and Carlops.
Very good, Cedric.
No, very nice. The marzipan just right. Really nice.
This next one is from Beth Anderson from a little village just outside of Chichester called Fulsack. This is from her sadly departed but much loved mother's recipe. She included a note saying, "I hope you enjoy and I hope I've done my old mum proud."
I see what you've done here, Beth. Maybe spend a bit more on postage and packing next time, but I'm sure that it's... Oh, no.
Oh, is that the cake?
That smells horrible.
Oh, my God. No, that's inedible.
No way.
On to our last one, but not the least. This is from Hans from ominously nearby. His words.
Yes, and he's made us this vegan cheesecake.
Interesting.
He says it will tantalise the taste buds and change your opinions about veganism forever. And interestingly, he says he substituted the sugar with brine for that extra flavour kick.
Very Heston. Looking forward to this.
Oh. No, that's horrible.
That is the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth, and you were there that weekend. Oh,
Here's the news where you
it's
are.
spicy.
Hello and welcome to Dateline Scotland. Look at these idiots, showing no respect at all for the rules and regulations of Hogwarts. But first, it's with great sadness and some annoyance that I must announce that this will be the last episode of Dateline Scotland. Because it's been pulled off the air by the faceless corporate bigwigs in response to mass protests. Joining me in the studio to look back at how the show has changed, but also how it's influenced the country's hearts and minds, are our reporters Nathan Paisley and Sandy Tuxvig. First of all, Sandy, end of an era?
It's kind of you, but it's just me who's leaving.
No. The fact that you're leaving is just a coincidence. The show is finishing.
Oh, you can watch the postcode lottery. That's what I'll be doing from next week.
Oh, well, good. Well, good for you. Nathan, where did it all go wrong?
Well, making you the anchor, George.
Well, I'm not sure.
You know what anchors do? Sink ships.
Well, no, that's not quite right, Nathan. They shouldn't sink ships.
Exactly. They shouldn't.
Well, I'm sure we'll get a pint after and we'll have a good laugh about that.
No, definitely not. I could be working at Kingdom FM now, but obviously I had to turn it down.
Well, I'm sure we'll get a quick coffee anyway.
Nope, straight home.
So, no one really knows why they shut the
They
programme
pulled
down.
it because you're too biased,
Right.
George.
I've had enough. The only reason they brought this show back is because people said they wanted it. Oh, I want to hear about where I'm from and what I think and people I like. I don't want to be international. I want it to be either SNP bad or SNP bloody glorious. Well, guess what? That makes for a boring programme. And it doesn't matter if it's me or Jackie Bird or John Mackay. It's all the same shit. Pandering to the lowest common denominator. And just in case you're in any doubt, that's you.
Oh yeah, can't see why this got taken off the air.
Hello, it's me on the postcode lottery. Nobody's even in. That's a postcode lottery. Oh no, she's from the Borders as well.
Oh, is she? Where about?
Peebles.
That's not the Borders.
It is.
No, it's not. I mean, I know it's technically the Borders, but no, sorry.
What do you mean technically? It's in the Borders.
Oh yeah, everyone says, oh, I'm from the Borders too. Oh, I'm from Peebles. No, it doesn't count. It's 20 minutes from Edinburgh.
It's the Borders. What do you want?
It's a satellite town of Edinburgh.
Proximity to Edinburgh matters not a jot. It's in the Borders, therefore a Borders town.
Galashiels, Kelso, Selkirk, Hawick, Melrose, if you like. They're the Borders towns.
Plus Peebles there. Oh, I've made a new list.
Peebles isn't. No, it doesn't
Just
count.
making up a list that lacks Peebles doesn't make it more or less real.
Yeah.
Where's this list written down in the big book of Jack?
It's a stone's throw from Dalkeith, and that's not a Borders town.
That's barely a town at all.